Yes, good morning, children. So we are going to continue, rather we are going to conclude the chapter Events, Prize and O-Level. But before I continue and conclude, I would like to again sum up the whole chapter again, because I see some new students are also there today. Those who might not have been able to keep pace with what the chapter is all about. So here it is Evans, Prize and O-Level. So here Evans is a prisoner. He has already escaped from the jail for 3 times, and he's also called as Evans the Break, Little Einstein, right? So he's considered to be he's the mastermind who plans his escape from the jail when the authorities have made sure that the security is very tight and they are overconfident about the fact like Evans would never be able to escape this time. Even then Evans is able to hoodwink the authorities and is able to maneuver a very clever escape. And as readers also, we also get stunned like how he could do all this. But in the very beginning, let me be very clear about the fact like the criminals, they happen to be very, very intelligent. They happen to, it's not that the authorities are not intelligent, but the criminals like Evans are able to oversee, they are able to make out like what flaw is in the authorities, and the plan of the criminals goes successful upon the weakness of the authorities. So weakness is not because of any intellectual weakness or any weakness on planning wise. The weakness happens to be the emotional weakness basically, or the overconfidence, right? And that is true with, I guess, all people. Wherever somebody fails in one's plan, it is just because of one happens to be either an emotional fool or one happens to be overconfident, right? And the people, those who are smart, those who work upon the weakness upon others, they are able to do better than the ones, those who are only intellectually better. So along with being intellectually sound, try to be emotionally, psychologically smart as well. Right, so here it's the Evans, the prisoner, who makes a clever plan to escape from the jail when the authorities have made very tight security to ensure that Evans doesn't escape. So Evans wants to clear O-level German examination. It's a language examination. So O-level is the very basic level examination he wants to clear from the prison. And the governor, the authorities, they accept his request, and Evans is provided a tutor who starts coming to Evans to teach him German from the month of October, and the exam is conducted in the month of June, I guess, from June to March. Okay, so 6 months are given to Evans to learn German. So it means that the tutor comes to Evans for 6 long months to teach him. Okay, whether Evans actually is serious about learning German or not, that also there are many hints given to us, and from those hints we are able to make out that learning German or clearing the paper was never, the task of Evans. His purpose might have been to escape from the jail. There are many hints regarding this. It's actually a detective story where you people will be, where you as readers can also act like the detective and can make out what goes wrong and where. So Evans wants to appear for O-level German examination. Authorities get convinced. They make planning to conduct the paper in the jail itself. So in the very beginning, we find that the governor governor of Oxford prison, minded this Evans is in Oxford prison only. The governor of the Oxford prison, he has a telephonic conversation with the secretary of the examination, right? So these two people are talking together about the plan to conduct an examination in the jail for Evans. Governor tells him that Evans is a very pleasant sort of fellow, not aggressive, not violent, but he only has the tendency to steal. He's only a congenital kleptomaniac. He only has a tendency to steal. Then governor wanted to say so many things about Evans, which makes us realize, which makes the readers realize that governor, he is very fond of Evans. He appreciates him. He's rather, he is his fan in a way. So he wants to say so many things about him, but he prefers to speak only that much, as much was required to be told to the secretary of the examination. Okay, then examination is arranged. As per the arrangement, the room where this Evans would be sitting in. So he would be sitting in the D wing. So in that D wing, in that particular cell where the examination will be conducted, it is bugged up. Okay, what is bugged up? A microphone is set in that room. Whatever one would speak, the whole conversation, everything would be overheard by governor from his office. So microphone is there for governor to listen or to hear what is being talked about in that cell where the examination is going to be conducted. And my dear children, that is, it's good to set up a microphone in that examination room. But what is not good, that Evans should not have known this, but he also knew this, that there is one microphone in that examination room. So he will be speaking those things which he would consider to be told to governor. Got it? That is where we can say, like, the criminals become smarter than the authorities. Okay. So then this Evans is, visited by Jackson, the senior police officer. He tells Evans to get ready for examination. He is given some time to smarten himself. And for that, he is given a razor to shave himself. And after all is over, Jackson and Stephens, they make sure that everything dangerous is taken from Evans, including his nail scissors, razor, and everything else. Nothing is left with the Evans. Got it? So Evans has nothing which might prove dangerous for him or for anyone else in the examination. And moreover, when Evans start going in for the examination, then Evans he's asked to remove the dirty hat he was wearing. And Evans makes an excuse that it is his lucky charm, and in the examination, he should be allowed to go with that lucky hat. And Jackson allows him that. So the first mistake committed by Jackson, that he allows him to go inside the jail, go inside the examination hall with that dirty hat. So what went wrong with that dirty hat? Because under that dirty hat, Evans had already got his hair cropped, cut with the razor which was given to him to shave himself. And these authorities, Jackson, Stephens, or even governor, they did not know that Evans had got his hair cut with that scissor. Okay, because earlier Evans was known for having long hair, and these people would always tell him to get his hair cut, but he was very fond of his long hair. But today, without letting the authorities know, Evans had got his hair cropped, cut with the razor only. So this was a very rough cutting which he had done, but it was with some purpose. Okay, so Evans was allowed to go in the examination room with his hat on. And then McCleary also comes in. McCleary is the invigilator, who is actually a priest, church. He is in a church actually. So that person comes as an invigilator. So when the invigilator comes, leaves the flat, what he had in his bag, and later on when he reaches the jail, then what he had in the bag, the things are there. But as readers, we should have been very careful that the things which were there in the flat when he left it, and the things when he opened the bag in the prison, there was one thing odd, that was one rubber tube which he had. So it was an odd thing, and the authorities wanted to take away that odd thing also from him. But invigilator told them that because he was suffering from piles, so in order to sit comfortably, he needed that rubber tube. So he was also allowed to go in the examination with his rubber tube. Got it? So another second mistake, you may call it a mistake, or you may say that, okay, somewhere the authorities have to submit, because in the end, the authorities are also human beings. Okay. So examination starts. After the examination has started, the governor gets a call regarding a correction to be forwarded to the candidate. The governor again becomes suspicious, like how can there be a correction kinds of things in this kind of examination? So he calls the examination board and finds the phone busy. So it means that the phone call was not fake, it was okay. So the correction slip comes and it is passed over to Evans. And as per the correction slip, the correction was about the word golden lion. And the examination had already started with some index number 212, 313 kinds. So the invigilator spoke up those words like your index number is this 212 or 313. So these digits are spoken out, and then correction slip is also passed over. The paper is conducted smoothly, and in between the Stephens, the junior security, the one who was with Jackson, he was given the duty to be inside the D-wing where the examination was being conducted, and to supervise the examination right in front of Evans. But when the paper started, when Evans saw that Stephens was standing just there as in front of him, then he objected that he could not concentrate. And then the governor, who was able to overhear what Evans was saying, he ordered Stephens to come out of the jail, to come out of that particular room where the examination was going on. Because the governor thought that they were overdoing the things, because he felt like they were becoming too theatrical. It was like all a drama. He felt like they were treating Evans like a small kid. Okay, so he felt that Evans, if he would be in the jail, when he is in the jail, he cannot just escape when the guard is outside. Very obvious. And this is what the governor felt. And he told Stephens to come out of the examination room. And from outside, he must peep inside after every 1 minute. So Stephens would look inside through the peephole after every 1 minute. But afterwards, he also felt like it is too much. Then he started looking inside after every 2 minutes. But one thing was there, like whenever Stephens would look inside through the peephole, he would always find Evans doing the same thing. What was that same thing? He would always find Evans putting his pen in his lips and looking blankly at him always. So thing was clear that Evans knew nothing. And even then the examination went on and on. So finally, there was a call for Stephens in the end when the paper was going to be over. 3 minutes before the end of the paper, Stephens was asked to attend a call, which was from governor. Stephens went to attend the call during the last 3 minutes. And during this 3 minutes, Stephens got the message that he must escort McLeary out of the prison. Stephens was very happy that he has been given a VIP duty, that Jackson has been bypassed and he has been given this duty, because he might have been doing this duty very well. Stephens was very happy. So afterwards, when he comes back, he opens the door and takes McLeary out and sends him, says him bye and sends him out. So when he comes back, he wants to see Evans again, and wanted to congratulate him that he had done his job so well. So when he opens the door finally, then he finds that Evans was not there, but McLeary was there, who had been hit on his head by Evans. And he is able to make out that the one whom he had escorted out was not McLeary, but was Evans. This is what he makes out, because the person in front of them was McLeary, not Evans. Got it? Are you getting till here? Okay. So finally, afterwards, what happens? So McLeary, then the governor is also informed about like what about how McLeary had been injured and is left back. So governor scolds everybody, Jackson, Stephens, they are all scolded for being so stupid. But the reality is that governor was no less stupid. But anyways, then McLeary tells governor that he knows where Evans might have escaped. So McLeary also gives governor the question paper, which he tells him that which has been photocopied. The plan of Evans' escape has been photocopied over the question paper. So governor, who also knew a little bit of German, he reads the plan and is able to make out that Evans might have escaped to Newbury. Okay, so McLeary tells governor that he knows where Evans might have gone. So McLeary is sent with Carter, the police superintendent, to follow or to catch or to arrest Evans. So McLeary goes with Carter in his van to arrest Evans. And when governor checks whether Evans has been caught, then he is informed by Carter that they saw Evans somewhere, but they could not catch him. And he has admitted McLeary in the hospital in Radcliffe. Governor checks, calls up Radcliffe authorities and asks if McLeary has been admitted. Then he is informed that McLeary disappeared. They could not admit him in the hospital. So this makes the governor make out that even the McLeary who had come to this place was fake. So that makes governor also get an idea that it was not McLeary impersonating Evans. It was rather Evans who was impersonating McLeary. So the one who was acting like McLeary who was injured, it was not McLeary, it was Evans only. Okay, and the one who had gone out as McLeary was actually fake McLeary. So it was Evans who was impersonating McLeary as injured one. So Evans had escaped very smartly from under the nose of governor and authorities. The authorities themselves sent him out with Carter, like he can go out. So what a smart move of Evans. But governor still was like confident about his own smartness. He said like because he knew German, so he on the basis of the question paper, so he was able to make out that the index number and the center number 313212, if we put together and study the Oxford like map of that place, then Evans might have gone to that particular place. So governor reaches that hotel where Evans had actually escaped, and the name of that hotel was Golden Lion. So Evans is again arrested by governor, and there Evans tells each and every detail, like how he planned his escape from the jail. So all those details side by side also I've told you. So all those details he tells him, but governor asks him one thing, like how come that how come you got that blood on your head? You were not injured, but from where you got the blood? So then Evans tells him that you remember that McLeary had come with that rubber tube. That rubber tube contained pig's blood, and pig's blood, if they had kept the pig's blood as it is, then it would have become frozen. So in order to keep it unclogged, they had put some chemical, and that chemical made it become what it was. So it was a very smart plan again, and governor could not help but appreciate what Evans' plan was. And finally, governor tells Evans that he must not try to become smart, because now he is being surrounded by all his men. So finally, governor tells Evans that now you are under us, we are going to arrest you. So finally, governor makes Evans sit in a van with the police officers and tells those police officers to take Evans to jail. And the moment Evans would sit in the van and the van would start off, then we will see that those police officials in the van are again Evans' friends. So those, and that police official was the same, the one who had been acting out as McLeary, and that person removed his handcuffs and gave him new dress and all. So Evans was again free from the clutches of authorities and had finally again escaped. So in the end also, Evans is escaped from the clutches of the authorities, especially the prison officers. So that's how Evans Tries an O-Level is all about. So I have concluded the whole story now. So now you people read the story again, because in the class I have read each and every line. The last 2 pages were left yesterday. I have summed them up also today. Now we can see. Yes, Manvya, is everything clear? Manvya, Shatish, you people have been attending the classes right from beginning? Yes, come on. Okay. Manvya says she has got everything clear. Even then, there might be many doubts. The doubts I can ask you, like, what is the role played by Carter in the story? What role does Bell plays in the story? What's the role of the question paper? What's the role of the center number and index number? How can you say that it was a fake invigilator? Where was a real invigilator then? Where was the real invigilator? The real invigilator had been, imprisoned in the very morning. He was gagged up in his own flat and he was like tied up with a rope. And instead of that real McLeary, the fake McLeary had come to the examination room. Okay, and that fake McLeary was Evans' friend. One more very important question about this chapter is, like, how was Evans able to plan out all these things though he was in the jail? The answer is through the tutor. The one tutor who kept on coming to him daily for 6 months, that person might have his accomplice. And that person made all arrangements outside for Evans. Okay, so the point is that Evans kinds of criminals happen to be masterminds. They may have many influences because of the kinds of influence they have overall. Okay, so wherever the authorities go weak, the criminals like Evans take advantage of that. Okay, you people read this chapter all over again, and on Monday you people will be tested on this very chapter. There will be test of this chapter on Monday. So your test today is Monday or Tuesday, you people see that. So now in the test today, this chapter will be there, and moreover we have finished the syllabus. Our syllabus for your term 2 has also finished. Okay, the chapters Indigo and Rat Trap we had done earlier only. So now we have completed the syllabus. Even the writing skills have also been done. We will be starting the revision from Monday onwards, chapter wise. And first of all, we'll be again revising this very chapter, and the test will be of the same chapter on Tuesday, I guess. Is that clear?